Have you ever had one of those nights where you sit down to study for hours, and somehow nothing sticks? You stare at the page. You highlight. You copy notes. You feel busy. But when it's time to solve problems or answer questions, your brain goes blank. And then you look at someone else. They study fewer hours than you, yet they understand faster, score higher, and seem less stressed. If that's you, I want you to hear this clearly. The problem usually isn't that you're lazy. And it's not that you're not smart enough. Most of the time, the problem is that you're stuck in a system, 7 small habits that feel normal, even responsible, but quietly sabotage your learning every single day. In this video, we're going to do 2 things. Identify the 7 habits that destroy study efficiency. Replace them with practical fixes you can start today, without turning into a robot. Waking up at 4 a.m., or studying 10 hours a day. And by the end, I'll give you a simple 14-day reset plan that can make your progress feel real again. Let's start with habit 1, studying a lot with no plan. This is one of the biggest traps in school and university culture. People brag about time. I studied 8 hours yesterday. I stayed in the library all day. But here's the uncomfortable question. What did you actually produce? Can you say, specifically, which chapter you completed? How many questions you practiced? Where you made mistakes? What you'll review tomorrow? If your answer is vague, I studied math, or I reviewed the lesson, then you might be trapped in what I call presence confusion. You're confusing being at your desk with actually learning. Your brain loves this confusion because it feels like progress. You feel responsible. You feel disciplined. But learning doesn't care how long you sit. Learning cares about what you process. So the fix isn't study longer. The fix is structure. Instead of, I'll study tonight, you create a plan like this. 7 o'clock to 7:25. Do 15 practice questions on topic A. 7:25 to 7:30, stand up. Drink water. 7:30 to 7:55, review mistakes. Write 1 sentence explaining each mistake. 8 o'clock to 8:25. Summarize the key rules into 1 page. Same hour, completely different result. Notice what changed. You have a clear target. You create an output. You know what done looks like. 2 focused hours like this can beat 10 hours of sort of studying. Habit 2. Memorizing instead of understanding. This one is deeply common because it can work short-term, especially if tests reward recall and repetition. You memorize formulas. You memorize definitions. You memorize steps. Then the test changes the question style. Or the problem becomes a variation. And suddenly, you're stuck. Because memorization without understanding is like carrying a map in a language you can't read. Understanding means you can explain the concept using your own words. You can connect it to other ideas. You can apply it in a new situation. Here's a brutally honest self-test. After studying a concept, close the book and try to explain it out loud like you're teaching a friend. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it yet. And that's not shameful, it's useful feedback. So how do you move from memorizing to understanding? 3 steps. Read right pointing arrow, close the book, right pointing arrow, explain from memory. Ask, why? At least twice? Why does this rule exist? Why does this condition matter? Create a real example, a quick story, a mini problem, or a daily life connection. This feels slower at first, but it saves time later, because understanding sticks. Habit 3. Overloading your semester and your life. This is especially common in early university years. People think, if I take more classes, join more clubs, do more projects, I'll become impressive faster. But the brain doesn't work like that. Your attention is not infinite. Your focus is not infinite. Your recovery is not infinite. When you try to succeed at 8 things at once, what you actually get is shallow learning, constant deadlines, stress that never ends, and grades that don't reflect your effort. There's a simple rule here. Less, but deeper, beats more, but scattered. Instead of trying to win at everything, pick your priorities for this season. If your current season is exam heavy, your goal is fewer commitments, deeper study, stable sleep, consistent review. This isn't quitting. This is resource management. Habit 4. Staying up late and sacrificing sleep. This might be the most dangerous habit on the list because it doesn't just hurt grades, it hurts your health. A lot of students treat sleep like optional. I'll sleep after exams. I'll just push through. But sleep is not dead time. When you sleep, your brain is doing the behind-the-scenes work that makes learning possible. Consolidating memory, processing information, stabilizing emotions, restoring focus. If you sacrifice sleep, you may gain 2 to 3 extra study hours, but you lose the efficiency of the next day. And then your whole day becomes slower thinking, weaker memory, more mistakes, more irritability, more stress. Here's the truth most people don't want to admit. Studying while sleep deprived is like trying to fill a bucket with a hole. So the fix is simple but powerful. Treat sleep like a core subject. You don't need perfection. Just protect sleep enough to be functional, consistent, and mentally stable. If you shift your bedtime earlier by even 30 to 60 minutes for 1 week, many students feel a shocking difference in focus. Habit 5. Multitasking while you study. This is the modern addiction disguised as productivity. Studying with YouTube in the background, constant texting, social media checks, switching between tabs every minute. It feels like you're handling everything. But what you're actually doing is forcing your brain to pay a constant switching tax. Your brain cannot truly focus on 2 demanding tasks at the same time. It switches. And every switch costs you time and mental energy, plus it breaks the build-up to deep concentration. That's why you can study for 3 hours and still feel like you did nothing. So the fix is not motivation. It's environment design. Put your phone out of reach. Use silent mode or airplane mode. Close unrelated tabs. Study in timed sessions, 25 minutes focused, 5 minutes break, or 40 tenths if that's better for you. The exact timing doesn't matter as much as the rule. During a focus session, you do one thing. Habit 6. Never reviewing and never self-testing. This is a huge reason people feel like they forget everything. Many students do this. Study a chapter once. Feel like they understand it. Move on. Come back before the exam and realize they forgot most of it. That's not because you're bad at learning. That's because the brain deletes what it doesn't retrieve. If you never bring knowledge back up, the brain labels it as not important. And here's a critical trap. Reading notes feels like studying. But reading is passive. The higher impact method is active recall, forcing your brain to retrieve the information without looking. That could mean closing the book and writing what you remember, answering practice questions, explaining the topic from memory, doing a quick self-quiz. This matters because retrieval strengthens memory. And the best partner to retrieval is spaced repetition, reviewing at increasing intervals so your brain keeps the knowledge long-term. So instead of cramming, you do a short review the next day, then after 3 days, then after a week. Even 10 to 15 minutes a day can change everything. Habit 7. Comparing yourself to others and self-blame. This isn't a study technique, but it can destroy your ability to keep going. You scroll online and see someone's perfect grades, someone's clean desk setup, someone's study 8 hours vlog, and you feel behind. But you're comparing your real life to someone's highlight reel. That comparison creates a story in your head. They're better than me, I'll never catch up, why even try? And when you believe that story, you stop doing the small daily actions that actually create progress. So here's a healthier metric. Compare yourself to you. Ask, do I understand one more concept than last week? Did I finish one more practice set? Did I keep my phone away for one focus session? Did I sleep 30 minutes earlier? That is real progress. And when you fail, because everyone fails, don't attack yourself. Instead of, I'm terrible. Try, that didn't work. I'll adjust and try again. Self-kindness is not weakness. It's recovery power. Now let me tell you a real story that brings this together. I once met a 12th grade student in Vietnam. I'll change the name for privacy. This student was incredibly hardworking. Every night, 7 p.m. to midnight at the desk. Weekends, study all day. But test scores stayed average. The student said, "Maybe I'm just not talented." So I didn't ask, "How many hours do you study?" I asked, "How do you study?" Here was the routine. Open the book. Highlight and copy notes. Check the phone sometimes. Stay up past 1 a.m. Wake up early exhausted. In other words, no clear plan. Passive studying. Multitasking. Poor sleep. No self-testing. No spaced review. That student wasn't lazy. They were just using a system where effort leaks out. So we didn't try to fix everything at once. We picked a small 14-day reset. 2 to 3 focused sessions per night, each with a clear goal. After each session, 1 proof of learning, practice answers or a blank page recall sheet. Phone outside the study area. Bedtime earlier by 45 minutes. Daily 10-minute self-quiz review. In the first week, the student said, "My brain feels lighter. I don't dread studying as much." In the second week, scores improved. Not because the student became a genius, but because the learning process finally matched how the brain actually works. Focus. Retrieve. Repeat. Rest. Now, I want you to do this without overwhelming yourself. If you recognize multiple habits in your life, don't try to change all 7 today. Pick the one that hurts you most. If you get distracted easily, fix multitasking first. If you forget everything, fix active recall plus spaced review first. If you feel exhausted, fix sleep first. If you feel busy but stuck, fix planning first. Here's the simplest 14-day plan. Days 1 to 3. Structure plus single task. Write 3 clear study targets each day, with numbers. Study in 2 to 4 focus sessions. No phone during sessions. Days 4 to 7. Understanding plus retrieval. After each topic, close the book and explain it in your own words. Create 5 self-quiz questions. Days 8 to 11. Spaced review. 15 minutes a day reviewing older material using questions. No passive rereading. Answer from memory. Days 12 to 14. Endurance upgrade. Move your bedtime earlier by 30 to 60 minutes consistently. Remove 1 unnecessary commitment for these 2 weeks. If you do this correctly, the first thing that changes won't be your grades. The first thing that changes is your mind. Less fog. Less stress. More control. More confidence that progress is possible. And once you control the process, the results follow. Let me end with one lesson you should remember. Academic success isn't about being smarter than everyone else. It's about having better habits and a better system. If this video helped you, comment a number from 1 to 7. Which habit is hurting you most? And if you want, tell me your grade level and your hardest subject. I'll suggest a practical setup that matches your schedule. Start tonight. Not perfectly, just start.